reducing the role of government. The one thing that's missing, but that will soon be developed, is a reliable e-cash, a method whereby on the internet you can transfer funds from A to B without A knowing B or B knowing A. The way in which I can take a $20 bill and hand it over to you, and there's no record of where it came from. And you may get that without knowing who I am. That kind of thing will develop on the internet, and that will make it even easier for people to use the internet. Of course, it has its negative side. It means that the gangsters, the people who are engaged in illegal transactions will also have an easier way to carry on their business.
Welcome back to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe. Remember, it's absolutely free of charge to like and subscribe. And basically, we're just going to go over a few topics. Just like I said in my previous video, I advise you that Tether XRP swaps were pumping Bitcoin. So basically, like I stated, with the Fed, right now the Fed is busy pumping the stock market. It's election year. Cryptos are going to rise up, and that's what this video is going to be about. Now, basically, there's three narratives that are put in front of us in the media. We have the coronavirus. Now we have the cyber wars, and then also the Fed pumping stocks. Right now, stocks are like a lot of the stocks are 19 times earnings. So it's all an illusion. They must bring the digital currencies to the forefront. But you can't bring the digital currencies to the forefront and tell the United States people that we're broke. You can't do that. You have to have a distraction. What are those distractions? So therefore, the coronavirus makes a lot of sense. The cyber attacks makes a lot of sense. The Trump impeachment makes a lot of sense. So all those are distractions. Now, with the coronavirus, I think it's like 900 people have died. It's nowhere near the flu that people die across the globe on. So the coronavirus is creating a panic, and the media is constantly pushing it for a reason. Remember, I went over in one of my previous videos. You can go back and look at it. Basically, the media is owned by 4 corporations, all your media. So they're going to push a narrative towards you. We have the cyber attacks that was blamed in the Equifax on the Chinese military. Now, as we know, if this was Russia, they would be getting sanctions. China's not going to get any sanction because we do business with China, and China is a communist country. But they treat China differently because China has billions of people, the second greatest economy. They don't need us. So the narrative is totally different between them and, of course, Russia. Now, with the coronavirus, we have to understand that we have to take that serious because, like I stated, that's something that they're pushing. And I did a video on the coronavirus. You can go check that out also. Now, the rise of the digital currencies is part of course, the central banks and the Federal Reserve. What are the central banks doing? The central banks across the globe are getting countries to go digital. We already know China is going to be going digital with their currency. So, of course, the United States, there was a Forbes contributor who wrote an article saying that Trump may not make an announcement, but of course he's not. Ripple and R3 small payment cash companies was in the executive order. So again, that was executive order 13772. So this was back in 2017. So this was already in play. Remember, I always say that this is always planned. There's always a plan, people. If you understand that, the rest of it solves itself. So this was already planned to bring on these digital currencies, but they have to do it in a way that the masses are not affected. It has to be totally streamlined, and this automatically happens. So with the Federal Reserve, just like I stated, right now they're pumping stocks. They can't do that forever. Now they're stating that liquidity, the need for liquidity is coming down. We all know that's not true. Our Fed balance sheet is like 4.2, 4.3 trillion. Trump announced that he wanted to do a $4.8 trillion cut. Of course, that only hurts the poor, but then he also said he wanted to increase benefits for military. So, as we know, it's war. But this time it's going to be different. You can clearly see that. It's not going to be a physical war this time. It's going to be a cyber war this time. So all you're going to hear about is attacks. But that's going to be the narrative that they push, because this is all planned to get us over to this digital currency. Now, like I stated, digital currencies are the technology of some of the greatest technology that man has ever had. But then also, if it's in the wrong hands, it's the worst technology, because everything will be tracked. So the fact is that basically, if you're working a job, you're going to have you're going to be putting in 40, 60, 70 hours for some digits, something that doesn't even exist. And the fact is that basically you'll have everything tracked. So if you made $500 and you only want to report 100 of that, that's not going to happen. They'll be able to tax everything. Everything. And that's the whole point of this digital currency. When you go deep and you do your research, there is not one penny that won't be able to be taxed, because it'll always be tracked. Because these companies are not going to pay you in a privacy coin. They're going to pay you in a government stable coin, whatever stable coin that is. That's what you're going to get paid off of. So we clearly know that Ripple is going to be the foundation of micropayments. You know, that the masses use. They won't use XRP. XRP is going to be, of course, the conversion of these stable coins, but XRPL will be able to attach them, move them around. You'll be able to peg them. So we see the system is already laid. They just have to get the masses over. So that's the key. But like I stated, we did take a dip, but guys, we're gonna this year is the bull market, and then of course after this year is all the way up. So this is the time to get your family educated, even if they just want to do stable coins. Right now, stable coins are giving interest. So even if they just want to do stable coins, they'll still probably make more money than somebody that has been holding XRP for 2 years. So just make sure that we're trying to get our family educated. Don't forget, I have the book Cryptoteacher on Amazon, plus on my website, btcteacher.com. And then also, I have the websites Coinbase, Binance, and Bitrue, so you can get your cryptos. And then I have Robinhood, so therefore you can get your stocks. Of course, remember, everything's going to have a chip in it. And you have a wonderful day.